Hello there, I'm Hill, and welcome to some Hearts of Iron IV Kaiserreich, the newest patch, Alpha 0.07, or 0.7, whatever, El Condor Pasa, which is the Condor Passes. An historical reference that I don't get, except for the fact that I know it's a Garfunkel and Oates song, I think. But whatever, here we are. We are going to be playing as one of the new South American nations, or rather, the nations always existed, but they have new focus trees, which is really cool. Here's the nations that have been changed and had new focus trees. We're going to be playing as Argentina. Argentina is hopefully pretty cool. Wow, that's a big history. Why does it give me this gigantic pile of history on the leader, Manuel Cortes? Oh my god, it's like playing Führerreich over here. Jesus. He was assigned role of the LP, construction, oh no, persecution of Jews and anarchists. No, don't persecute them. Oh, he took apart public outrage, and there was a coup d'etat in December. So Argentina recently had a coup d'etat in Christmas, literally like a few days before the game begins. So chaos reigns supreme as the LP under Manuel Cortes is in the midst of a military coup to take full control of the country. Meanwhile, syndicalist supporters are still holding on to their rump state in Patagonia, thwarting all offensives thus far. Pressured by the fact that war is all but unavoidable, industrialization has been kickstarted in the nation of necessity. While initial reports indicate some success, there's a long way to go. Look at this mustachioed guy. I'm going to pretend this is Senor Hilter, and that's who we are. That's who he is. We have inter-service rivalry, and the Navy is dominant, unfortunately, meaning military factory speed is crap. The military cliques, which basically reduces our military to a pile of garbage. And woes of the Christmas coup, recruitable pop factor, division recovery rate, 90%. 90%? I didn't read this when I picked the country. Why? Iris se peca antes que render pabellon. We'll go to the bottom before surrendering our ensign, was the battle cry Admiral Guillermo Brown gave before going to the foray at the Battle of Quilmes in 1826 against the Brazilian Navy. Our Navy shall reflect his patriotic spirit, and every crew will give everything they got. Okay. Alias Malvinos, while they appear to be a strategic location for a fleet, Alias Malvinos are mostly a symbol for Argentinian patriotism. Okay. The world that Armada stands armed and ready. And finally, Confederate States of the River Plate. The syndicalist menace has been shown their place, and Argentinian state rules supreme. The time has come to ride the people in the southern cone and unite them in a Catholic federation. Let's do it. Apparently, we're a force for Catholicism. Let's see what happens. Oh, we also own do we own the southern tip? That's odd. Well, let's do it, man. Let's go. Oh, let's go. We're going to try and survive this. And we're streaming this live at twitch.tv/AlgerHill as well. Alright, so El Condor Pasa proudly presents 0.07. We hope you'll enjoy playing this as you're making it, blah blah blah. Report it on GitHub. Okay, thank you, Kaiserreich team. Appreciate you. News events, yes, I want to know everything, and we're changing home, which means the location of the patch will change. I don't care. So Argentina's in an interesting situation. We have a syndicalist bad men. Oh, and they're also an autonomous puppet of Chile. Oh, that's not good. So that's gonna... Oh, so when I fight them, I'm gonna have to fight Chile then. Oh, that sucks. But Chile's going to be very easily contained because a lot of it's impassable mountains. So that'll be fine. And it's only 2, 3, 4, 5 provinces I have to defend from Chile. Okay. So I have like literally 0 organization. That's garbage. That's very garbage. Alright, so we had the word Christmas coup. We can go down the routes, and I'm not exactly sure what these do yet because I haven't tested this out just yet. I can reduce the woes of the Christmas coup greatly with division recovery rate and stuff like that. And seize the slow garrisons. Okay, I can make this a lot better. And then from there, we can start to gain cores, because an event will pop up in a second that will rob me of my cores, which is terrible. So first of all, let's go with our research. I'll show you guys in a second, though. So we get our basic production things as per standard, as per usual. And I will build, like, 1 civilian factory for now. Not going to build fast. It's going to take a long time, but that's okay. And obviously, we have to do this when we can only get our economy stuff once we got Black Monday, and also we've done the left tree. So there's going to be a lot of short focuses. And this one is the FOP debacle, which is the Rio Negro, which is the unofficial border between us and the rebels. We have to resolve that by the end of 1937, or we will suffer drastic consequences, whatever that means. And that will start the war. So that'll be very interesting. We can actually get Peru and Bolivia to help us out, but we'll see what happens there. I don't care about any of these focuses, to be honest. I mainly just want to do the war boom booms. So let's go down here with consolidate the GPA capital region. Even though the capital was the first city to fall to boots of the LP and ARA, Buenos Aires is a megalopolis spanning from the Tigre River to the old city of Berezatogi, creating a huge problem for us since various cells of loyalists to the old government still remain scattered throughout the region, thwarting thus far any attempts made by our forces to eradicate them. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's find out. It's only 14 days as well. And so in terms of our military, we have literally 3 divisions, one of which is an expert marine division, weirdly enough. We have the Guardia, and we have an Infanteria Marina. Not looking good. They're actually just as strong as each other because of the crapness of them, but a little bit less HP than Marines. Alright, there's literally nothing else we can do, unfortunately. We have 3 military factories that are making basic infantry equipment, and we just have to keep doing that. We have no factories, no political power because of our ridiculously low stability. They have redone the stability system. My god, that's bad. And our war support is 0. Our manpower is pretty low. We can only use 0.6% of our eligible core because it's modified to 40%. So that'll be fun. But I think we're going to be okay in general once we get our troops together. Let's start this out. Let's go. 5 minutes into the episode. So, status of Argentina. 20th century was booming and fast-growing economic prowess. Because of immigrants from all over Europe fled towards the Republic and vigorous entrepreneurship and a nascent industry quickly propelled Argentina towards one of the most prosperous nations of the planet. And trade relations secured with the exports of UK and Germany was increasing, but when the Weltkrieg stuck, oh no, the Weltkrieg, Argentina was forced into neutrality because he doesn't want to side between either its main allies, the UK or Germany. So, by steering between the two, sanctions are brought by the British, enforcing an embargo on trade with Germany. And while Argentina tried circumventing this by selling through third countries, the sales were not the same, and the pre-WK miracle slowed down. As the last years of the Weltkrieg approached, it became apparent to the UK that it was fighting a losing fight and ordered the Argentinian government and companies to ramp up production and exploit the nation to the fullest. Discontent with the increased demands and sick of British exploitation, the workers organized and protested and rose up in an armed revolt. Unable to fully contain the situation, the government of Argentina controlled the Argentine government when the uprisings went from bad to worse, and by the mid-20s, Argentina had lost control of Santa Cruz, Chabot, and Rio Negro provinces into the newly formed Frente Obrero Patagónico, which I believe is the Fraternity of Patagonian Brothers, I think, or Workers' Front. Yeah, Workers' Front. 3 subsequent democratically elected governments were tasked with solving the crisis, but failed. In response to their incapacity to rule, General Uriburu rose up in 1930 to attempt a crushing revolt. Who will read more? Who will win? Aldro or Remy? Oh my god. And a reign of terror spread across the nation as socialists and syndicalist sympathizers massacred and pushed southwards. His dictatorship is, however, short-lived, as he dies from cancer 2 years later, forming a power vacuum and once more no large-scale intervention in the south. Oh my god. Hey, F, welcome back to the stream. And so we get a variety of basically every state becomes a demilitarized zone, and we lose cores on almost all of it, which is just terrible. And we get a second event. That's a lot of reading. Elections are written out, and through electoral fraud, the Pan under Roca successfully takes power, prompting a slow recovery from Uriberu's dictatorship and a changing attitude towards the FOP. Small skirmishes into FOP territory are launched, and the Navy successfully retakes the Al Grande de Terra del Fuego. The island of the Great Hot Land? What? No, that's not what that says. Isle Grande, the large, de Terra del Fuego. Hotlands, surely. Right? That's what that says. I think. I'm gonna look it up. Grande. Yeah, oh my god, is that what they called it? Oh, it's an island to the south. Big island of land of fire. What? It's the big island of land. The big island of land and fire. That's amazing. Oh, that's a wonderful name. I'll talk about a family emergency a little bit. The reason I was a bit away for this week is unfortunately due to an emergency. I had to fly to Italy, but it's okay. Everything's fine. Explain more later. So, in 35, rumors started surfacing the Roca may be attempting to end the conflict and leave the FP alone. Outrage across the nation erupts, enabling the Lita Patriarca under Manuel Carles to gain the support they need in culminating the Christmas coup. Supported by the Navy and various military elements, Carlos recoups the military government in Christmas 35, taking control of the capital region and starts solidifying his hold in the nation. So I only own the capital region of Buenos Aires. That is it. Everything else is a colony state. Jeez. Oh no. As of the first of 36, overtakes the nation. Carlos is still in the midst of his attempted coup, which success is far from certain. Aside from the Buenos Aires capital region, small island provinces control is nihil. Support from the ARA or Argentinian Armada is guaranteed, but many of the military commanders in the army doubt Carlos' potential and are organizing to put down his coup. Oh dear. So everything is demilitarized. I have nothing I can do. Oh, that's a weird event. So eventually I will actually be able to get some very big power. I can conquer this and I'll conquer Chile. Yes, we know. Kerensky dies. We don't care. And I can also get Bolivia, Paraguay, and Uruguay. And I can get cores on Uruguay. So that's pretty cool. Pretty powerful conquest. And then from there, it's invasions into Brazil. And because of the fact that I can actually increase immigrant populate growth by like a crazy amount, I actually should be pretty good. Oh dear, what's this? Oh god. Flashes the Kelly. I'm not going to read this. The title anyway. As one of the last strongholds in the Guerra Buenos region, Colegio Militar de la Nación was occupied by loyalist members of the military who had barricaded themselves inside the compound awaiting reinforcements. In response to this last effort, the soldiers of the ARA were sent in to try and push them out. Small clashes occurred throughout the compound. The army surrenders a week later when their basic utilities will to hold out started to fade. Amongst the captured were a few notable army office commanders, but it seems the majority of the staff had fled the city during the first days of the coup. Okay. Okay. This victory may be insignificant in the great picture, but we now firmly control the entirety of Buenos Aires. And no effort whatsoever says, I still remember you're a gay joke from Hoi 4 Greece and Turkey season, MDB. Yeah, my sense of humor needs improvement, I will admit. I can incarcerate them and gain base stability, or I can execute the dissidents and gain 4% stability but lose 5% war support. My war support is garbage right now, and I don't really need war support, so I will happily have stability instead, thank you very much. Execute the dissidents. Boom. Alright, next focus. Why can't I go any more here? Oh, they require these. Alright, found the gendarmerie. To better control the discontent provinces and secure a rapid response force when the situation escalate, we should consider the creation of an Argentinian national gendarmerie, placed directly under the defense minister's commands. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, minus 6% stability, never okay. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Totalist charter in Italy. Yeah, we know. Oh boy, that means Italy's gonna get real fun soon. It's gonna get fun. Edward VIII crowned, that's right. You enjoy yourself, Edward, you vengeful and ambitious man, you. Oh, so they do not have... I don't think they have the malices I do. No, so they're gonna wreck me. That's gonna be bad. We also have to fight over the freaking river or into a mountain. Oh man, it's almost all mountains. That one bit of desert. Okay, so with questionable support from the army and the limited manpower of the ARA, the debate has risen from the capabilities of our internal strike force. According to the Argentine constitution, the armed forces can technically not intervene in international civil conflicts, so the gendarmerie will be created as an organ subordinate to the defense ministry and thus to Carl's cabinet. It will be defined as a civilian security force of military nature and maintain a functional relationship with the Ministry of Defense as part of both the national defense system and the interior security system. My goodness, this is in depth. It would therefore maintain capabilities arising from the demands required by joint military planning with the military forces, and would legally be able to intervene in the current crisis. What? Maintain capabilities arising from the demands required by joint planning with armed forces. Okay, because we're able to intervene in a current crisis because it's not a foreign issue. Right. Our funds are ever limited this time, and the loyalty of the new recruits would be questionable at best, which may cause reconsider the proposal with the possibility of a counter coup. I will found it. I think that's probably beneficial. Probably. And then I think maybe we should control the judiciaries. To the high number of rebels and cynically sympathizers in our nation, a full control of our judicial system could persuade the judges to crash down quicker on these criminals. Okay. Okay. Sure. There's very little else I can actually do. Oh, my party popularity is so sad. Oh no. We really do need to get rid of the Christmas coup malices. Alright, Black Monday has struck. Hello, Black Monday. The anarchists have been whoa, really? Ooh. Placement disgrace manager and the anarchists. Ukrainian revolutionary Nasta Makhno. Oh, wow, that's cool. I actually don't often see that, I don't think. Oh god. Black Monday hits the nation. When the German Arctic Mocha this morning, the stock suddenly started plummeting. Our nation was one of the first to be hit by the wave. And the Bolsa de Comercio de Buenos Aires collapsed, as well as even more trouble for Carles, who's barely holding on to power. Factory output 35%, consumer goods 20%, construction speed. Oh, Jesus. Oh, no. Do I have factories? I have, like... Okay, I know I lost a few, but that's okay. I'm not exactly making a closure. The Bolsa de Comercio. With stocks continue to plummet, investors all over the nation panicking, we could close the stock exchange to demand the banks refuse paying out debts for citizens. This will buy us more time to fix the disaster while we're focusing on political affairs. It will not be appreciated. Close it. Yes, close it, for the love of God. Jesus, my stability. Alright. Oh my god, there's so much reading. During the early years of the 20th century, our nation started to slowly move away from the old authoritarian systems towards a more open and democratic system by changes to the constitution and the implementation of their checks and balances. The subsequent separatism in Patagonia and the continued corruption and shady dealings of the conservative ruling party have, however, stumped our progress and kept the old system alive and thriving. That says thriving, it should say thriving. Not only has this led to great disgruntlement amongst the people, it has created a hotbed for Kata supporters who claim the High Court is obstructing populist will. If Katas and his supporters now in control of the High Court has given them a perfect opportunity to start the defunct system by relieving all 5 members of the court from their duties and replace them with its men of the people. We can push our narrative and start replacing the lower courts as well with our followers. This might backfire greatly should the people turn sides. I think maybe we should only replace the High Court. I think. Yeah, probably. And Rosario has fallen. That's distressing. Let's secure the military apparatus. Since we leave the little to the ARA and LP militias for now, we should convince the garrisons and military outposts to join our side and cast aside the democratic forces until we can get enough influence to sway the Argentinian army in our favor. Oh, so I don't actually have the army properly? My lovely mod Ever has been discussing the Elder Scrolls mod in chat, which that sounds really cool. Does indeed sound very cool. For CK2, that is, not for this game. But I think this game does actually have a Elder Scrolls mod. I hope I'm not gonna die straight away, and this is a waste. The peace deals like Canada. What? Canada and Afghanistan just ended their hostilities. Weird. I got Hawaii to play, Effa. Come on. Alright, so now we've modified that, so our population will now go back up, and our organization will go up as well. Yes, thank God. Alright, let's control the railroads. All railroads in Argentina lead to Buenos Aires, which places in a unique position to quickly lash out and quell forced rallying across the country. Sabotage and rebel forces, however, have greatly damaged these tracks and will need to be crushed, and the main railway hubs of Pergamino, Bahia Blanca, and Rosario have been secured before we can move on. Okay. Maybe we should also... First 5-year plan. Activates mission. First 5-year plan. Well, let's do this first. Control the railroads. Discovered an item for the skeever. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. We're not doing great, guys. We are not doing great. I think maybe... Oh, I can't train anybody. Can't train new special template units. What? What? I can only train Marines? Are you serious? Why? Do I not have any other templates? What is happening? I don't have enough army experience to change that. Restoration of democracy in Australasia. Okay. Not unexpected. Okay, here we go. Close the For most of our history, the currency borders tie the peso to a gold standard, where an organ called the Caja de Conversion was tasked with maintaining the value of our currency. Stocks plummeting and Germany taking decisive action to soften the blow. Oh my god. Our exports have lost their competitive edge and are going to be struggling to compete with cheap Eastern European domestic products. Okay? Therefore, a proposal was offered to close the currency board and abandon the gold standard, letting the peso devaluate and making our products therefore competitive again. Screw it, close the board. Take every decision available that makes us lose political power. Usually helps. Okay, as the primary rail hub of our nation, the city of Buenos Aires plays a key role in connecting the vast swatches of land between our country. Most of the northern railroads, however, pass through Rosario, which has not yet declared its allegiance to Cádiz and may prove a thorn in our side during the northern campaign. Our troops are currently finishing up the loyalist remnants in the Estadio de Tiro in Buenos Aires. I've decided whether we have the ARA secure the coastline, its populous cities, or the Rosario first. Considering this next thing says Rosario has fallen, I feel like perhaps we should push towards Rosario. That makes sense to me. Let's temporarily restrict civil rights. The Constitution conflicts with various points of our policies and should temporarily be suspended until this crisis is over. Or expecting heavy resistance decision will be in favor of a great nation. Sure. God damn. Then we have to one by one go down all of these events. Christ. Get cores and all this. Mendoza, Entre Rios, Cordoba. My goodness. This is gonna be hell. Then finally, once we got all that, we can start to declare, we can complete political dominance, remove woes of the Christian coup, and get political dominance and stuff like that, and get some more bonuses. Peso spirals downward. With political instability in Argentina, massive economic troubles in the German Empire, the peso is spiraling downwards, forcing many of our old and powerful companies to close down, like thousands of workers off. Oh no. Government plans to intervene and save those about jobs are being drafted up, and the meanwhile, the situation goes from bad to worse. Maybe we should do the first 5-year plan. Many of our supporters are convinced that we aren't rooting out the old guard efficiently enough and have pushed for temporary restriction of the constitutional right of our citizens. This proposal is not going to be well accepted by the majority, but it could guarantee a safer home front. I think we probably should do this. Oh, they must serve the state in this time, guys. I'm sorry. I'm confused. How do I get Rosario has fallen? Whoa, what's this? Oh, I missed this entirely. The collapse of nations all over Europe after the Weltkrieg and the rising tensions between the socialist bloc of the Internationale and the rest of Europe have given rise to an increased level of immigration towards our great nation. Further crises throughout the continent could even further boost these numbers and could provide an opportunity to boost our population. Awesome! Hey Babsy, welcome to stream. Attract Austro-Hungarian immigrants. Adds 10% to the immigration factor. Well, this is cool. I have to have 40% stability, and everyone else has to complete certain focuses that make people unhappy. Like the Germans have to be at war. The Ottomans have not have the right in the new constitution. The Spanish just need to be at peace with me. And I also need to be in black money. So if black money is not happening, I can get huge immigration factor. Projected immigration report for 1936, 100%. That's cool. Okay. Update's pretty good so far, man. I don't understand how I get Rosario. The Allies Rosario, this is conflicts of our forces. Many of our former disloyal garrisons switching sides to joining ours. Well, how do I get Rosario? I was there. I can't go there. Okay. This is weird. Alright, let's go first 5-year plan. Even though we persuaded the rapid industrialization in the last decade to cope with the loss of British imports, our economy is on par with European examples. Black money crisis has shown this vulnerability to Parliament, which is likely to approve a so-called 5-year plan to propel Argentina into the 20th century. Okay. We're basically just kind of going through focuses and clicking OK at this moment. But that's okay. Not getting a lot of population growth over time, but I'm interested to see what this immigration thing does. I think it might be a yearly thing. Like it might, when it's finished, it'll go over to like an over 100% thing. And I have no idea what this is. I'm not even sure if was this always in the game? Uh-oh. Strongly influenced by the army and the remnants of socialists that haven't fled southward, cities of Cordoba and Rosario have declared the government of Buenos Aires incapable of ruling Argentina and have cut all ties to the capital region and urge other states to follow suit. Conservative members of the army have announced their support for the government and are establishing defensive positions. Oh, Jesus. Invoke Article 6. Well, this is going to go well. I don't understand. What do I do? Take a look at my generals, actually. And my generals are actually pretty decent. An infantry leader, an engineer. Oh, this guy's great. Any decent field marshals? Alright. Planning speed bonus. Oh, what? He's fast planner, but cautious. Okay. A war hero. A swamp fox for marsh bonuses. It's okay. I don't... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, a minus PP, normal Kaiserreich. Carlos invokes Article 6. The federal government may intervene in the territory of the provinces in order to guarantee... Oh, Jesus. In order to guarantee Republican form of government or to repel foreign invasions. At the request, their constituted authorities may intervene to support or re-establish them should they have been deposed by sedition or invasion. Based on the rights granted to our government as outlined in Article 6, Charles has declared the state of Cordoba incapable of ruling itself and traitors to the Argentinian Republic. An intervention force shall be sent to the province to restore order and to arrest all contra-revolutionaries. Oh my god. That sounds like it's going to go terribly for all of us. Just terribly. Let's get better rifles. Oh god. Following the example of Cordoba, the states of Mendoza and Entre Rios have also denounced Carlos and taken the side of the military. While this is a devastating blow to our legitimacy and power in our provinces, the army is still too disorganized to actively pursue us. We must move quickly. Yes, move quickly, please. Yes, do that. Okay. What's happening next? Victory in San Nicolas. Quick and decisive strikes to capture the railroads when Buenos Aires have been greatly successful and we control the roads towards Rosario. Troops being sent by train to Rosario to quell the revolt and expected to arrive there before the army has a chance to repair its defenses. Yes! We can get it. Awesome. Go! Do something. Our navy's massive, though. It's pretty awesome. Like, I'm missing a soldier. The fall of Rosario! Hey, boys, welcome to the stream. Surprised by the quick reaction of our troops and ill-prepared to take on the forces, the city fell after only small skirmishes in the center of the city. While not much of the rebel leadership was captured in the attack, the moral implications of victory are great, prompting Mar del Plata and the Concordia to immediately surrender to the central government, as well in fear of retaliation should they side with the rebels. Material damage to the city is fairly limited. The excellent reaction of our troops, but the important railway hub that we hoped to capture was bombed. Awesome. Do we get his estate now? No, we don't. but it's fallen, meaning we can get seized these little garrisons and start to go down here. All right. That's a pretty good progress right there. Right, that'll be it for the very first episode of this new series as Argentinian Kaiserreich. Do be sure to leave me a like, and a comment on the video and let me know what you think of the series. If you'd like to see more of this type of mod or other nations, whatever, let me know. I love hearing your feedback, and definitely check out my Patreon as well. It's linked in the description if you want to support me monetarily, because you're just rolling in it, man. You are rolling in it, and you know, I love it. So thank you very much for watching. I was Algernon, continue to be. I don't care about my click war Mongolia, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.